to The Vantage Point. I am here today with co-host Jennifer Rogers, evangelist Jessica Mosley, and missionary Takoya Porter. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It was prophesied to me that I was an evangelist.
And we're going to just jump right in today, inviting you into another conversation that if we were having it on the phone, it would go a little something like this. Ladies, name something in this cancel culture that we are experiencing that you would want to cancel. If you need an example, I would love to cancel bonnets and pajamas being worn in the public.
I guess somebody's in opposition of that.
I'm not in no bonnet.
Okay.
No, seriously. For the subject of what we
My wig fell in
cancel,
the
I
water.
say pajamas and bonnets. Have y'all been to the airport? Or I haven't been to the bus station, but I've been to the airport. And the attire that's being worn in public, I'm floored.
Our lack of.
Yes, it's like I jumped out of bed to catch my plane and this is what y'all get.
I'm just trying to figure out when's the moment. You know, I'm waiting on the moment where somebody can see, you know, if outside can't see, you know, whatever was done to your hair, when's the moment? Who gets to see it? When is the moment? Because I didn't just get my hair done to put my hair in a bonnet and then go outside. When's the moment? Are we waiting on it? What moment is worthy enough to get yourself together?
But why do you care?
It's not that I don't care. It's called the sloppification.
And I said, why do you care?
Sloppification of America. Of America. People just don't care about what they wear, how they look. They just don't care anymore. And I just think, wow, when did we just become such creatures that just don't care how we're perceived or how they just don't care?
Well, hold on. Did anybody's mother ever have a problem with the way they went out? Is there anything that she said,
Of
don't
course.
go out the house like this?
Of course.
Yeah, I have
Wouldn't
sisters.
bonnets be on that in
But,
pajamas?
but let me say this. I want to thank everybody that prayed for me when I was in that stage of not caring how I went outside or I thought it was cute because of what the TV was showing us. Because I look back and say, what in the world? I would go off on my daughter if she ever did or look like that. But we didn't put pink hair in our hair or blue. We just used the Kool-Aid to do it so we can get a tint. We didn't put the colors in there for real. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have anything you want to cancel?
Oh, yeah.
I do. Fake boobs, fake. I'm a fake size. No, because you know what? It's what's shaping our daughters. They think that they have to be perfect, go spend $20,000 on boobs and behind instead of being grateful for what they got. Seriously. I'm being serious. I want to cancel that.
We're going to edit that word out.
Wait, fake boobs?
Why? It just is what it is.
No, because they think that they have to be perfect, that they have to look this way.
And even the people that look like that don't really look like that.
Don't really look like that.
You know, I saw where people were trying to get plastic surgery to look like their Instagram or Snapchat filter. That was, you know,
Smoke screens
how they
in yours,
wanted.
baby.
There was no smoke screens about that.
The illusion that you're gonna be
But
happy.
I think what I would like to cancel, or maybe I would like to normalize caring about what you look like when you go out there.
But by whose definition?
I'm just saying, well, you know, I grew up with sisters, and I feel like I had the most beautiful sisters in the world. So I've always
very
felt like,
beautiful.
oh gosh,
Shout
you know.
out to Maria.
But my sister, they were so, you didn't go out of the house without some Vaseline, Carmex, whatever. We couldn't walk around our house without our hair being combed.
Yeah.
So when you came out of your room, you had to have your hair combed. Even if it was just pushed back in a ponytail or something, you just couldn't be sitting around with your hair all over your head. You just couldn't do. My mom was like, I don't want to look at that. You shouldn't be doing that. You had to have a house coat on. You couldn't just walk around. I had brothers, you know, cousins, whatever. Had to have a house coat on. You cared about putting yourself together when you left the house. Even if it was just running to the store, you had mascara and Carmex. We always had it.
But everybody doesn't take those efforts.
But why not?
But my thing
Why
is,
not?
because what I may feel is dressed up or appropriate may not, you're talking about the basics.
I'm just saying basic wash your face, not having sleep all in your eyes, and just when can we just bring that back? Basic hygiene. Can we just bring it back to the table? It's okay. You can be free. Whatever deodorant you want to put on, just put one of them on. I don't care.
And I don't want to see your thongs.
Yeah, I mean, just
I don't want to see your nasties, girl.
People are just don't even. It's because these kids are really just pretty much raising themselves.
I swear.
And they don't have
Well, let
anybody
the
to
youth
care
pastor
about
say
them.
something.
I'm definitely enjoying listening to you.
We want to see what Sequoia got to say.
No, you want to hear what I want to cancel?
I will get canceled.
Because I'm going to take a slight detour and probably get in trouble with this one.
Go ahead. Not for me.
Well, because I think in terms of like church and Christian women, I want to cancel feminine praise teams of men and masculine praise teams of women. I don't want to see like another praise break where somebody's prancing posted forever. If they're a guy, I am so over that. I think we should cancel all of that. Let them be healed, let them recover, and then let them rise and take their position. That's what I want to cancel.
You never know what
cancel
we're going to
culture.
talk about
No, but
on
it's
this
true.
show. You just never know.
Because I'm tired of it too.
You
I just
never
can't
know.
take it.
And even as a sinner, you knew not to come into church. But when I was coming up, you know, you didn't just come into church looking any kind of way. You had a reverence for God. You didn't just come, I'm not going to have my back out. And back then I could, but I didn't have my back out. Or now, once I got in the truth, I did change up some stuff. For real, because you know, teach me your statutes and your commandments, okay? But I agree with Sequoia. It used to be sin wasn't in the forefront.
That's all I'm saying.
It was not in the forefront. You want to be a sinner, you sitting on the back. You're not about to put this up like it's acceptable, right? Or even they like, well, come as you are. Let's talk about that.
I mean, I'm all for come as you are.
No, wait. I'm for come as you are as well too. I'm not, you know what, I'm gonna be quiet because I'm gonna get in trouble.
No,
So I'm
I
gonna
just
be
don't
quiet.
think, like you
can't be quiet on a talk show.
Everything can't be up front.
It cannot.
And we don't need to video it all. You know,
so
they might be
over
prancing
video.
their way to their deliverance, but we don't need to see that as something that's held up as a
But
standard.
you know what? I'm just going to be devil's advocate here.
Go
for
ahead,
a
Jen.
second.
That's what you do all the time.
I think that there is I don't know how to say this. I guess if I'm looking at our church, we know our people, we know the struggles our people have dealt with. We love them, you know. But if I'm looking at somebody else's church, they have the same thing, right? And now the blatant just running around, yeah, you need to do something. But I think that we have to be cognizant of people that have gotten delivered, but there's still residue of whatever they were, and some of that just needs to be worked out by the Holy Ghost.
No, I completely agree
You know
with
what I'm saying? Because again, sometimes when I look
That's
at,
not what she was saying.
I know that's not what she was saying, but I'm just saying we have to be careful because people can make that blur those lines. You know, when somebody's actively being delivered or actively working towards freedom, it isn't always wise to just completely shut them down.
Of course not.
But you do teach them. You know what I'm saying?
me
Teach
your
them what's
statutes.
acceptable.
But it seems like, especially when it comes to music, what's most prominent is not manly men or feminine
But let's
women.
just bring back men just being men. I mean, because they're just not. They're whining and talking about she hurt my feelings. We just the
Jenny, be
there's
careful.
no, but there's no real men. I feel like in some cases, not necessarily turning point. I'm just talking general. That there isn't men in the church getting up under these brothers trying to teach them how to be men. And even though, because all of these kids are raised by women.
I
know
think
what I'm
there's a lot
saying?
of reasons for it. Now, you just asked me what I want to cancel. I want to cancel all these videos. I want to cancel them all.
Yeah.
I don't want to cancel the people. I want to cancel
Yeah.
us promoting it like it's like this is the way it should be, like it's goals, like it's what the world should see. No, that's not what they should see. Okay,
Yeah.
let them work that out.
I just feel like canceling
but-
video in churches in general. I just
think
think
it's
it's
We can't cancel phones in churches.
just phones in church because
I know.
nothing's
Sequoia, I don't
personal
know if you would be able to handle
anymore.
that because you be on your phone all the time.
No, I'm talking
see.
about recording.
We're talking about the people that stand up during the whole
I am
service.
teasing. I don't want no problems
Because
when I get
I
out
don't record
of
people
the show.
praising.
No,
I know. I don't
we're
know.
talking about
I just think
canceling
that's so wrong.
the people that just stand up and videotape the whole service.
We don't do
Yeah.
that at our, well, yeah.
We have some,
We have some.
but it's not just based about our church, but in general, that bothers me so bad. One, because my worship is personal, you know?
Yeah.
And if I wanted to share everything I was giving God, I could go live myself and do that.
right.
But I think when a person just starts videotaping you and you know, you look up and you see yourself on Facebook, I think that is an invasion of privacy. And yes, I would like to cancel that too.
Yeah, and don't take my picture without my permission.
That was for free.
Back to your point, Chris.
I know.
I think the worship is personal.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't always be on like something that somebody can share. Like I'm not gonna lie though, I love some of these church funny videos.
Yes,
but some of them should be so mad. You can tell there was only 5 people in the congregation. You know who videoed you and it went viral. And so, but it is entertaining. I'll give you
But
all
you
that.
can't
But you
cancel
can't
it
do
if
that.
you're watching it.
Well,
She wasn't.
it was already
finished.
out there. If I'm person 1,000,005, nobody's gonna
The woman of God was still talking. Why did you
I'm
stop
just-
her?
I apologize.
Go ahead.
No, I did. I finished. I'm good.
No, but I didn't get to hear the latter part because someone.
No, I said if I'm person 1,000,005 watching, doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter. But how do we cancel? I mean, are we just, you know, in generalizing, saying what we would
stop
cancel, or are
watching
we
it
trying
and
to
liking
cancel
it.
it? Right?
I guess so. I guess
We
I
just
do
have
need
to
to
stop
stop.
watching it in order for them to realize, okay, that's content people don't want to see because nobody's liking it. Because they're not liking it. I personally think some of it's funny, but, you know.
I think some of it's funny. I just think it's still an invasion of privacy when you just start, you know, video recording doing the middle story. And I get why some people do it. Some people are doing it because they want, again, if they go live from, let's say, their social media account, I get that they're wanting people to have the same experience that they're having. I still just would like to cancel that.
And I want to cancel when you help a homeless person and you go live with it, or like, hey, I cannot stand that. I think,
I didn't know what you were
I do want to cancel that. I think it's degrading.
Yeah.
I think it is just poor in taste. Like my struggle, I don't know how it would have felt if somebody was taping me going into the Julian Center with my children, well, pregnant and living in a shelter. I think it's just you just want the likes.
I think it's different when the person who is being helped goes public with it.
Yeah.
If they want to recognize this individual that reached out and done something really loving to me, that's different than me saying, this is what I did today. I fed blah, blah, blah. That to me is different. But we're going to continue this conversation on naming things you would like to cancel when we come back. You're watching The Vantage Point.
Did you know that when you are quiet, your voice is missing to God's ears? I know some of us have prayed and we're wondering, how long should I pray about this? Why should I pray if God already knows? How will I know God is answering? And what do I do when I feel like God's not listening? But God is listening for your voice. It's too quiet in this world for the troubles we have. You have to raise your voice, and God wants to hear from you. It's Too Quiet, a book about prayer. It's designed to answer your prayer questions and build your faith. Visit presstopray.com.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work. Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
Welcome back to The Vantage Point, where today we are having a very transparent conversation on things that we would like to cancel. One more thing that I would like to cancel is bad customer service. How we do that?
Let me
How do
tell
we
you
cancel
something.
that?
And that's why I developed the Sovereign Care Way for customer service. We will be implementing that. And I don't care about you looking at me because it's going to happen. It's already, the Lord gave that to me, honey.
Whispering? What did you develop?
The Sovereign Care Way is going to be the superior customer service training that everybody will receive that comes to my medical training school, because because customer service drives every business. Like when we come here, wherever we go, it's the customer service.
Yeah. So your way of canceling it is to teach people how to have it.
People. I'm sorry, I wasn't detailed enough. We're going to teach you how to have superior customer service. I also want to cancel people. Now let me quit. Let me go. I'm sorry.
So have y'all ever had a bad customer service experience? One that just stands out?
Yeah, I had one. I had a couple. I had a lady who was our waitress, and she was running a little behind and so bringing our stuff, and she's like, "I'm so sorry. I've been running back and forth to the toilet all day." I was like, "Oh, thank you for that. We'll get our own drinks." So yeah, that was pretty bad. And then Popeyes.
They always out of
I'm
chicken.
sorry, I had to say it. Because it was when the chicken sandwiches were popping, like everybody wanted one. So I called Popeyes. Of course, they didn't answer. So we called them back. So,
All right, don't make
and
them sue
then
us, Jen.
I think we even called them back because we were trying to drive by there. We didn't want to get in line if they didn't have them. The person picked up the phone. They were like, "We're out of sandwiches, bye," and they never sent I was like, "See, that don't happen at Chick-fil-A. It don't ever happen at Chick-fil-A."
It never would have happened.
You know what? I want to say that was Takoya's opinion about that. I don't want anybody to call me.
Those are experience.
Her experience, and I am not speaking against the chicken people.
I love their chicken.
I do
The
love
chicken
people.
people and critique you at the same time.
We know that.
No, that's facts.
Okay.
I think I've had a few, but the one that I'll share today, I remember I pulled up to a drive-thru, and I was waiting on them to say, "Welcome to whoever, wherever. Can I take your order?" And so it took a few minutes, so I finally said, "Hello," and I kid y'all not, the lady came on the microphone and said, "I'm waiting on you." Of course, I drove off. Well, actually, I said, "No, you're not," and just drove on off. But customer service, how do we get that back?
So me and my husband is so funny. When Wayne deals with people, he's hilarious when he deals with people because he's always, "Everything okay? Is everything okay?"
Oh.
So we were at home and we have one of those Ring cameras, right? And a little kid comes to our door. He works for a roofing company. And we've got some shingles there was a storm and then some of our shingles fell, so we needed to get a new roof. And so he rings the doorbell and my husband is not going out there. He's talking to him through the doorbell. And he's like, "Yeah." And the guy says, "I'm so-and-so from the roofing company and we're giving some free estimates today." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm good." He's like, "Well, you got some shingles missing." And my husband says, "Yeah, it's okay," because we already have DC1 that's going to replace our roof. But he said, "No, I'm good." And he goes, "Idiot." So my husband jumps up. He's in the basement. The kid walks off. And now, mind you, I probably would have just been like, "What?" I see him as rushing past me to go out the front door. And I'm like, "What is happening right now?" And he goes out the door and he says to this kid, "Was you just at my door?" He's like, "Yeah, do you own this house?" Da, 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 da. He said, "You call me an idiot?" And the little boy's face, I feel so bad for him. Because my husband's a big guy and he's a little kid. And I'm thinking, "Oh, please don't kill him." He didn't know. And so he made the man come back and he started talking to him how you don't do that. That's not how my husband's a salesman. That's not how you sell, by insulting the customer. And he said, get off my property. This is what he said. Because the guy is trying to explain himself, "Get off my property." "Well, no, sir, you misheard me." "No, I didn't. I have it on video." So of course we sent it to his company and I got to take care of that part. But I just thought that was really interesting how he tried to school him and then said, "Get off my property." So I think teaching is important, but that kind of stuff starts with, people, again, caring about what it is they're doing, caring about, what it is they're trying to do. And this generation is struggling with finding the care in customer service that you need to have. So I don't know.
Well, I think things built around our current state. I'll say it like that. And maybe the unemployment level and all of that right now, I think is feeding into some of the customer service we experience, because it is hard to find employees right now. So you're taking what you can get, and what you can get might be the person that doesn't have the best customer service skills. But it's doing something to America.
Yeah.
It's just so.
I think there's so many instances where, as the customer, sometimes the customer is not always right. I've learned that too. And people will deem it bad customer service if they don't get what they want. And sometimes what they want is just the most ridiculous thing ever. But what also is on the flip side of that is I've had an interaction with someone bagging my groceries, and they were just throwing the stuff in the bag. Now my husband's just like, calm down. It did bother me.
I don't care.
Because she took it and was just, throwing my stuff, like she was upset.
No, Jenny, you were mad
but
'cause
I
she
didn't
didn't
know
organize it.
she was. It wasn't that she didn't organize it, because I
put the meat
organize
with the
it
meat.
when I put it on the thing. It's
Okay,
already organized. All
okay,
you do is bag it by how it's laid out.
But see,
Guesswork done. But I'm looking at her like, girl, what's your
expectations.
problem? And my husband looks at her and says, everything okay? And she, looks at him and is like, yeah. He said, well, you kind of what did my oranges do to you? You kind of slamming my bread around. What's going on? So she started to talk to him. And then she started to cry. So, of course, I had to get my whole life together, because I'm like, yes, I'm a whole minister. But her mom died, and, other things. She was having some medical issues. She was just having a rough day. And so that added, and then her boss, whoever, just yelled at her, whatever. But anyway, she was having a rough day, and he just talked to her and, just start sharing the word with her, gave her a card to the church, that kind of stuff. But it was sometimes people asking him, are you okay? Because this is a very stressful time for people. And so I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? I realized that the lady from Chicken with the calling them, that my phone's ringing off the hook and everybody's asking me the same question and cussing me out because I don't have that does get stressful. So looking at the other side of customer service, it's not always intent, but sometimes the circumstances leads up to that bad customer experience. So that's just another way of looking at it.
One of the things that I would like to cancel is the way that I hear, particularly women, talking to their children in public. I see so, for lack of a better description, I see so many people that look like you and I, and the way that they are talking to their children, whether they're cursing them out or whether they're just being so dogmatic to children. Whether it's saying, calling them dumb, or just, I wish we could cancel that so bad. Because it's so detrimental to a child, and you're talking to them as if they are adults, or as if, why don't you know better? But I just wish we could cancel that. Have you ever heard that or had that experience?
yeah, and I stopped talking to a cousin because she used to always cuss her children. Or she'd be like, can your Leah come over? I said, no. Because if you cuss out my baby like that, we're going to have a problem. Because I don't talk to her like that, you're not going to talk to her like that.
Yeah.
I think, but it also lets me know that there are hurting people. Because only hurting people going to talk like that and be cussing out their kids. And, oh, God, it's just too much.
Well, I want to cancel. I would love to cancel that.
Sad. To me,
But
that's
I've seen it in both sections now. Not just outside of the church. I've seen people do
Well,
things.
I've just seen kids talk crazy to their parents,
Oh, girl,
right?
I
we
wouldn't
have
be-
to cancel too, though.
Yeah, we gotta cancel that too. But I also don't think I don't need to be called a slow blank 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 blank. And like she was saying, all these different words. Like I think one time I was like, "Can you please stop acting stupid?" And my son said, "Now why would you put that label on me?" But I never called. I said I didn't say that you were stupid. I said you acted stupid. He said, "But why would you put?" And that checked me. And I never did that
checked the
again.
queen?
He checked the queen
I
because
can't
because I didn't like to be called stupid or be that projected on me. I still struggle with that, So I appreciate him saying that. So I'm careful what I say to my children.
So if you heard somebody saying that in public, would you Step up.
Not
and
in this
correct.
day and time, man, my business, because I want to make it back home.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Now, if I see somebody I'll be like, hey, stop it, but I'm not going to get involved.
See, I'm a whole get involved
Well, you
person.
go
I
ahead, girl,
am.
not in this day.
I am.
Please.
And
don't
my
care.
husband gets so mad at me because he's like, girl,
You have to mind your
chill,
business.
just leave these people
Mind
alone.
your business, yes.
I be getting involved. I do.
See, my husband's more likely to get involved than I.
Yeah.
Like he saw a woman and I guess it was her boyfriend getting into it, and while he stepped in, like he's that kind.
Well, that's a different type of thing.
I don't
He's
do
a
that.
whole man
Yeah.
that can
Yeah.
fight,
I can fight.
No, but that's why I don't know why you security, because I'm like, Jenny will be out there banging it out. Like, she'll be out there fighting with that skirt on.
But I do. I believe in, just not letting stuff. Have you ever watched that show, What Would You Do?
Yes.
That show, I always get scared I'm on that show. So I always react because I don't want to be the one at the end talking about I didn't do whatever it is because, I was embarrassed. But if I hear somebody talking crazy to something, I will say something. My husband's like, will you leave these people alone? What they gonna do to me?
Something.
You don't need to be talking to your mama like that. I will say something.
If
I
you
will.
are, if I'm in public and I see I've seen it happen, or like I was in line at Popeyes. This man and stuff was fighting. I mean, they was arguing and stuff. Then the next thing you know, they was getting into it, throwing stuff inside of the Popeyes drive-through. And so I started honking my horn. Like somebody, you think they stopped? Because I'm not about to be like, hey, stop now. I'm going to be blowing my
See, I'd
horn.
have called the police.
Yeah, I do that.
I would do that.
Now, it depends. I don't know if it depends. I don't know what song's still on.
My husband said, you're going to get jumped one day because you just be in everybody.
Jenny will make you fight her. I seen it one Sunday. Let me quit. Jenny be starting stuff.
Jenny,
I just am
you
not
be fighting?
afraid to confront bad. I'm just not.
It
I just
depends
am
on what
not.
it is.
Strangers though.
I don't care.
I don't know about that.
Sequoia's just going to do like this.
So we had some lady walk up to the front of the church with a whole stick in her hand, standing next to our pastor's wife.
That was hilarious.
So, sis, what do you? So I walk up to her and I'm like, you okay? Because nobody else saying nothing to her.
Maybe nobody saw
You
it.
all right? Everybody saw her. She's in front of the church.
What, did her daughter not do anything?
When
She
I
did,
heard
yeah.
about it.
So I said to her, are you okay? She said, something random like, I'm Jesus and they called me. I said, no, you're not. And we're going to go talk about this in the back. And walks her out. I don't care nothing about stuff like that. I'm just
Now,
not
that kind
afraid
of
to
stuff I would do,
confront.
but a random Walmart
Oh, yeah,
disturbance
I'm
between
getting
a
all
parent
in
and
it.
child.
I'm getting all in it.
Or a fight, because they be acting up straight. Don't talk about my sponsors. I think it's a good show, good place. Everything goes well there for me.
We appreciate Walmart. We appreciate you for joining us. We appreciate you for joining us today on The Vantage Point, and we want you to tune in with us every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m.